What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are going to talk about the NPC meme. Now, this thing, the more I find out about it, the better it is. This thing is great. It's a meme that's been getting some traction lately. I don't know how long it's been around, but, the Quartering did a video on it. A few other people have done a video on it. Kotaku did a pathetic article on it. And basically, NPC means non-playable character in a video game. So if you've ever played a video game, you know there's the non-playable characters that you can have interactions with, and they're pre-programmed to have a few lines of dialogue. They can say no more, no less, and sometimes they glitch and say the wrong thing, and it really makes the conversation weird. You know, non-playable character. They don't have an existence, really. They don't have a core. They don't have a personality. They're just there to say what they're programmed to say, and sometimes they glitch, and sometimes it's awkward. That's a non-playable characters. So SJWs are getting really aggravated that they're being called NPCs. So I talked about this on a live stream the other night. So I am going to stop calling them SJWs. And I'm going to start calling them NPCs because it is the definition of what they are. So if you've ever had a conversation with an SJW, now we're going to call them NPC, you have a conversation with them, you can have a conversation with them about anything or nothing at all. And the conversation almost always turns into, you're a racist, you're a sexist, you're a misogynist, you're a bigot, you're an alt-right, you're a Nazi. And you're like, I'm just talking about fast food restaurants. What are you even talking about? And that's them glitching out because they don't really understand what they're talking about. They're just programmed by the mainstream media, by Hollywood, by social media to say this reoccurring line of dialogue. You're a racist, you're a sexist, you're a homophobic. You know, you're a Nazi, you're an alt-right. And of course, they can be reprogrammed, they can be updated. I mean, as you know, the alt-right word, that hasn't been around forever. That's only been popularized in the last few years. And so obviously the NPCs have been reprogrammed to say the alt-right line, you know, and so it's just, it'll change slowly and they'll go through updates and things like that. But these people don't really have a true core value. They don't really understand what reality is. They are only there to be a lifeless form to repeat over and over again this line of dialogue. So again, if you've ever had a conversation with an SJW and you're just trying to have a normal conversation with this person and they just start calling you a racist or a sexist, you're like, what the hell are you talking about? That's them glitching out. You know what I mean? They don't really understand what's going on. You know, they're just there to have a meaningless existence of repeating what they're programmed to say. It's so good. It's so good. My headphones came unplugged. So I'm not programmed. I'm going to just keep this in the video. But seriously, I mean, that's kind of what they are. You know, they repeat the same shit over and over again. And it makes no sense. And you're like, what are you talking about? How do you get that I'm a racist out of this? Like, I'm just saying I didn't like a movie. I'm just saying I didn't like the movie because of this, and you're calling me like a Nazi. Do you know what a Nazi is? Do you know what Nazis are? Seriously. Like, bro, I'm just a regular dude trying to make my way in the world, and you're calling me a Nazi because I said I didn't like this movie because of this plot point, you know? So, NPCs, I do think it's a very accurate description of what SJWs are. I do think these people don't have the ability to think for themselves. I do think that they are engineered by social media and Hollywood celebrities. If you go back to just the other day, Chris Evans, who I love Chris Evans as Captain America. He's the definitive Captain America. And he's on the level of like Christopher Reeve as Superman. He's on the level of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He is Captain America, but he is a lunatic when it comes to his politics. A lunatic. And I guess someone asked him if he had the Infinity Gauntlet, what would he do? And he's like, well, you know what I would do, and it would be political. And it's like, oh my God. Like, can you please can you not do this? But he can't because that's what he does. But people like that, they they are the ones that are helping to program these social justice warriors, now better known as, hopefully soon, NPCs, where they're just being engineered to say these things. They don't even know what they're saying half the time. Just the other day, based on the Chuck Wendig firing, Chuck Wendig fired by Marvel because the dude goes on these tirades on social media. And you're working for a company that has standards, and you're not the boss. Like, they have rules, they have regulations you have to follow, and you can't just point blank call an entire, like potentially half of the customer base a bunch of F-bombs and shit bootlickers or whatever the hell he was saying. And this guy does it all the time. So he loses his job. And this geek diva girl, or whatever her name is, she's a writer for StarWars.com, and automatically she blamed it on the racist and the sexist and the misogynist and the alt-right. And you're like, what are you talking about? What world do you live in right now? Chuck Wendig got himself fired because he's a belligerent idiot on social media, and he represents a brand like Marvel, which is underneath Disney, which is connected to Lucasfilm because he's writing, Vader comics and stuff. Like, how do you not understand that? How do you think it's this person's fault that really do they exist? Like, where are the Nazis? You know what I mean? Like, where are these Nazis that are just overtaking America? So, NPC. I love this meme, and I am going to do my part to try and make this the popularized version to describe social justice warriors, because a lot of people have brought up we shouldn't call them SJWs because the term warrior, they don't deserve it, which I agree with, but it was kind of like it was being kind of sarcastic with it. But the NPC to me is a much better description of these people. It's fantastic. Non-playable character in the game of life. That's what they are. So if you guys agree with me, hit a like on the video, share the video, and tell me what you think in the comments below. You guys know I always read the comments below. And yeah, this is going to be really fun to see how this all plays out. But NPC, the official new term for SJWs as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if everybody's going to agree with me, but we'll see. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.